Tom, can I ask you something?
Of course.
Why do so many English learners understand English, but struggle to talk about their own daily routine?
That's actually a very common problem.
They can understand movies.
They can understand YouTube videos.
They know lots of vocabulary.
But when someone asks, "What do you do every day?"
Suddenly they freeze.
Exactly.
They know the words.
But they don't know how to put them together naturally.
And then they start overthinking.
Should I use present simple?
Am I using the correct verb?
What if I make a mistake?
Meanwhile, the conversation keeps moving.
And confidence disappears.
Here's the good news.
Talking about your daily routine is one of the easiest ways to improve your English.
Why?
Because it's your life.
You already know the information.
You just need the English to express it.
And that's exactly what we're going to practice today.
We're going to follow a simple daily routine from morning to night,
Step by step.
using natural American English.
And by the end of this lesson,
You'll be able to talk about your own day with much more confidence.
so if someone asks, "Tell me about your daily routine,"
You won't panic.
you'll know exactly what to say.
Ready?
Let's get started. All right, Tom. Let's start at the beginning of the day. What's the first thing you do in the morning?
The first thing I do is wake up. On weekdays, I usually wake up at around 6:30 in the morning.
Do you get up right away?
Not always. Sometimes I stay in bed for a few minutes before I get up and start my day.
I think a lot of people do that.
Definitely. After I get up, I make my bed, wash my face, and brush my teeth.
That's a great morning routine. What do you do after that?
Then I take a shower and get dressed. Once I'm ready, I head to the kitchen to make breakfast.
Very nice. Let's practice some useful beginner sentences.
Great idea.
You can say, "I wake up at 7 o'clock.
Or, I brush my teeth and wash my face.
And here's one more. "I get dressed before breakfast."
Notice how simple these sentences are.
Exactly. You don't need complicated grammar to talk about your daily routine.
Just focus on clear and simple English.
That's the secret to speaking confidently.
And after getting ready in the morning, what's next?
Breakfast, of course.
And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in the next part.
So, Tom, you're dressed and ready for the day. What happens next?
The next thing I do is eat breakfast. I usually have a simple breakfast because mornings can be busy.
What do you normally eat?
It depends on the day. Sometimes I have eggs and toast. Other days I have cereal, fruit, or oatmeal.
Do you drink coffee?
Absolutely. A lot of mornings start with a cup of coffee.
I think many people can relate to that.
Definitely. After breakfast, I check my phone, read a few messages, and look at my schedule for the day.
That's a good habit.
It helps me stay organized and prepare for the day ahead.
Let's practice some useful sentences.
Sounds good.
You can say, "I eat breakfast at 7:30.
Or, I usually drink coffee in the morning.
Another simple sentence is, "I check my messages after breakfast."
And you can also say, I get ready for my day after breakfast.
These are easy sentences that people use every day.
Exactly. The more you practice them, the more natural they will sound.
So, breakfast is over.
And now it's time to start work or school.
Let's talk about that next. Okay, Tom, breakfast is finished and you're ready to start your day. What do you do next?
After breakfast, I usually go to work. Some people go to school, but the conversation is very similar.
How do you get there?
I usually drive to work, but many people take a bus, a train, or even walk.
How long does it take you?
It takes about 30 minutes. During the drive, I sometimes listen to music or a podcast.
That sounds like a relaxing way to begin the day.
It is. Once I arrive, I check my schedule and start working on my tasks.
Let's practice some useful daily routine sentences.
Great idea.
You can say, "I go to work at 8 o'clock.
Or, I take the bus to school.
Another simple sentence is, it takes 20 minutes to get to work.
And here's one more. I start work at 9 a.m.
These are simple but very useful expressions.
Exactly. They're the kinds of sentences people use in everyday conversations.
What if someone is a student?
Then they can say, I go to school in the morning, or my classes start at 8:30.
That's easy to remember.
That's the goal. Simple English that you can use with confidence.
So we've finished the morning part of the day.
And now it's almost lunchtime.
Let's talk about that next.
All right, Tom. It's the middle of the day now. What do you usually do around lunchtime?
Around noon, I take a break from work and have lunch. It's a nice chance to relax before the afternoon starts.
Do you usually bring lunch from home or buy something?
It depends. Sometimes I bring lunch from home, and other times I eat at a restaurant or a nearby cafe.
What do you normally eat?
And I usually have something simple, like a sandwich, a salad, or a bowl of soup.
That sounds good. What do you do after lunch?
After lunch, I go back to work and continue my tasks. If I'm a student, I might attend classes or study.
Let's practice some useful sentences.
Great.
You can say, I eat lunch at noon.
Or, I have lunch with my coworkers.
Another easy sentence is, I take a lunch break every day.
Then you can also say, after lunch, I go back to work.
These are common expressions that you'll hear often.
Exactly. They're simple, practical, and easy to use in real conversations.
So, lunch is over.
And now, it's time for the busy afternoon.
Let's see what happens next.
Okay, Tom. Lunch is over. What does a typical afternoon look like for you?
Most afternoons are pretty busy. I continue working on projects, answer emails, attend meetings, and finish important tasks.
So this is usually the busiest part of the day?
For many people, yes. Students might attend classes, work on assignments, or prepare for exams.
What time do you usually finish work?
I normally finish around 5 o'clock. By then, I'm ready to head home and relax.
I think that's everyone's favorite moment.
It definitely feels good after a productive day.
Let's practice some useful sentences.
Sounds good.
You can say, I work until 5 p.m.
Or, I attend meetings in the afternoon.
Another simple sentence is, I finish my work before I go home.
And students can say, I do my homework after school.
These are great examples because they're easy to remember.
Exactly. The best English is often simple English.
And when the workday ends,
It's finally time to enjoy some free time.
that's what we'll talk about next.
All right, Tom. The workday is over. What do you usually do when you get home?
The first thing I do is relax for a few minutes. After a busy day, it's nice to sit down and unwind.
I think most people can relate to that.
Definitely. After that, I spend time with my family, watch TV, read a book, or go for a walk.
Do you have any hobbies?
Sure. Sometimes I play sports, listen to music, or work on personal projects.
That sounds like a great way to spend the evening.
It is. Free time is important because it helps us recharge.
Let's practice some useful sentences.
Great idea.
You can say, I watch TV after work.
Or, I spend time with my family in the evening.
Another simple sentence is, I go for a walk after work.
And here's one more. I listen to music in my free time.
These are everyday expressions that anyone can use.
Exactly. They're simple, natural, and perfect for conversation practice.
So we've talked about work and free time.
But there's one important part of the evening left.
Dinner time.
That's right. Let's talk about dinner and nighttime activities next.
So, Tom, it's evening now. What do you usually do for dinner?
I usually have dinner with my family. It's a great time to relax, eat together, and talk about our day.
And what do you usually eat?
It varies. Sometimes I have chicken and vegetables. Other times I might have pasta, rice, or a homemade meal.
That sounds delicious.
It is. And after dinner, I usually spend some time relaxing before bed.
What do you like to do?
I might watch a TV show, browse the internet, read a book, or talk with friends.
Let's practice some useful sentences.
Sounds good.
You can say, I eat dinner at 7 p.m.
Or I have dinner with my family.
Another simple sentence is, after dinner, I watch TV.
And here's one more. I relax before going to bed.
These are very common phrases.
Exactly. They're perfect for talking about your evening routine.
So, dinner is finished.
And now the day is starting to come to an end.
Let's talk about getting ready for bed next.
All right, Tom. The day is almost over. What do you usually do before going to bed?
Before bed, I like to slow down and relax. I usually brush my teeth, wash my face, and prepare for the next day.
That's a nice routine. Do you ever read before bed?
Yes, sometimes. I enjoy reading a few pages of a book because it helps me relax.
What about your phone?
I try not to spend too much time on it. Too much screen time can make it harder to fall asleep.
That's good advice. What time do you usually go to bed?
Most nights, I go to bed around 10:30 or 11 o'clock.
And do you fall asleep quickly?
Usually, yes. By the end of the day, I'm ready for a good night's sleep.
Let's practice some useful bedtime sentences.
Great idea.
You can say, I brush my teeth before bed.
Or, I go to bed at 11 p.m.
Another simple sentence is, I read a book before I sleep.
And here's one more. I try to get 8 hours of sleep every night.
These are very useful expressions.
Exactly. They're easy to remember and easy to use in everyday conversations.
So now we've covered the entire day.
From morning to bedtime.
But before we finish, let's put everything together in one complete conversation.
That's coming up next.
Tom, we've talked about every part of the day. Why don't we put everything together in one simple conversation?
Great idea. That's the best way to review what we've learned.
All right, Tom. Tell me about your daily routine.
Sure. I usually wake up at 6:30 in the morning. I brush my teeth, wash my face, take a shower, and get dressed. Then I eat breakfast and drink a cup of coffee.
What do you do after breakfast?
After breakfast, I go to work. I start work around 9 o'clock and spend the morning working on different tasks.
What about lunch?
I usually eat lunch around noon. After lunch, I continue working until the afternoon.
And what happens after work?
I go home, relax, spend time with my family, and have dinner.
What do you do in the evening?
I might watch TV, read a book, or go for a walk. Then I get ready for bed.
And what time do you usually go to sleep?
Around 11 o'clock.
That was a great example.
And notice something important.
What's that?
I used simple English the entire time.
That's true.
You don't need difficult words to have a good conversation. Simple, clear English works very well.
I think that's an important lesson for beginners.
Absolutely. And before we finish, let's review the most useful phrases from today's lesson.
Great idea. Let's do a quick review. Before we finish, Tom, let's review some of the most useful phrases from today's lesson.
Great idea. A quick review can help learners remember what they've learned.
Let's start with the morning routine.
You can say, I wake up at 7 o'clock, I brush my teeth, and I take a shower.
Then we talked about breakfast.
Right. Useful sentences include, I eat breakfast, I drink coffee, and I get ready for my day.
After that, we moved to work and school.
Some common examples are, I go to work at 8 o'clock, I take the bus to school, and I start work at 9 a.m.
Then came lunchtime.
You can say, I eat lunch at noon, I take a lunch break, or I have lunch with my coworkers.
We also talked about the afternoon.
That's where sentences like, I finish my work, I attend meetings, and I do my homework become useful.
And let's not forget the evening.
Of course. You can say, I spend time with my family, I watch TV, or I go for a walk.
Finally, we covered bedtime routines.
Right. Useful examples include, I brush my teeth before bed, I read a book, and I go to bed at 11 p.m.
When you put all those phrases together, you can describe almost your entire day.
Exactly. And that's a huge achievement for any beginner English learner.
The best part is that these are real-life phrases.
Phrases that you can start using today.
And now there's just one final thing left.
That's right. A simple challenge before we say goodbye.
We've covered an entire day, from waking up in the morning to going to bed at night. How do you feel, Tom?
I feel great. And I hope everyone watching realizes something important. You already have plenty to talk about in English.
That's true. Many beginners think they need advanced vocabulary before they can have a conversation.
But today's lesson proves the opposite. You can have a real conversation using simple words and simple sentences.
And that's how confidence grows.
Exactly. Confidence doesn't come from knowing thousands of words. It comes from using the words you already know.
So let's give everyone a challenge.
Here's your challenge. Today, spend 1 minute talking about your daily routine in English.
Just 1 minute?
Just 1 minute. Talk about what time you wake up, what you do in the morning, what you eat for lunch, and what you do in the evening.
And don't worry about mistakes.
Absolutely. Focus on communication, not perfection.
The goal is to speak.
Not to be perfect.
And if you do this every day,
Your speaking confidence will grow faster than you think.
before we go, we'd love to hear from you.
What time do you usually wake up?
And what's your favorite part of your daily routine?
Share your answer in the comments.
Even if it's just one simple sentence.
Because every sentence you write
And every sentence you speak.
brings you one step closer to fluency.
Thanks for learning with us today.
Keep practicing.
Keep speaking.
And most importantly,
Believe in yourself.
we'll see you in the next lesson.
Take care.